Here's another great living planting concept. You'll remember the green wall concept that Holman's introduced and we premiered on the show earlier in this season of the Garden Gurus. It's simply brilliant, a great way to grow plants up the wall, which is very handy considering gardens are getting smaller all the time. To get started, you need the kit. You also need a drill with a 6.5mm bit on it, okay? That's going to put the drill holes on the wall. Putting it all together is going to take around 30 minutes. Once secured, simply hang the panel on the bracket. You need a high quality specialised potting mix. I recommend Cocoa Peat potting mix because it's so good at holding moisture around the roots of the plant longer. It's an inert mix, meaning it lacks microbial life, so grabbing some Troforte M is a very important addition. Planting up will require 8 plants. If you're adding herbs for use next to the barbecue, then use starter pots like these Swan Valley Renaissance herbs. Oregano, sage, parsley, thyme and rosemary are all obvious as we use so much of them when cooking, and they're so hardy and easy to grow. The pots click onto the panel and you just have to place the pressure regulated drippers into each pot. Each pot can be taken down at any time and changed over if you want to add a different flavour or you need to replace a tired old plant. Once done, set up the watering system by simply clicking the hose onto the unit at one of the 4 possible joining points. But here's the coolest idea of all. You can expand this system to add 2, 3 or even 5 frames lengthways, vertical or as a block covering a fence or wall. The green wall concept really has very few limitations. You can grow all sorts of plants and it goes in most situations. So it's going to work well in small backyards, even big ones. Now, the great thing about this is that it does have a watering system, and the only other thing I've got to suggest to you is you make sure that you support the growth of these plants with a regular feed. Now, things like annuals, vegetables, and also, of course, herbs, they should be fed weekly if they're in high production. So use something like Power Feed and you can't go wrong.